All right. You guys sent in some research about attraction and relationships, and wow,
Yeah.
it's spicy.
It definitely caught our eye.
Buckle up, everybody, because we are diving deep into a study about what influences
Yeah.
women's attraction to men.
It's juicy.
It is juicy.
Oh, yeah.
And the main source here is an excerpt from a Spanish text called The Menstrual Cycle, Female Sexual Desire and Sexual Attraction to the Masculine Man. Scientific study.
That's quite a title.
I know, right?
I feel like this is one of those everybody knows situations.
Right.
But this is like everybody knows. But back to my actual science.
Exactly.
We all know women's menstrual cycles
Yeah.
influence their hormones, right? Which affects everything.
Yeah, so true. But this study isn't just about, like, mood swings and stuff. It's about how the menstrual cycle impacts what women find attractive.
Yes. And it really flips that narrative on its head. You know, that oversimplified idea of like, women like this type of man.
Yeah.
There's so much more nuance to it. And this research really digs into all of that.
Okay, so spill the tea. What kind of shifts are we talking about here?
Well, the study really focuses on this period of time right before ovulation,
Okay.
which is already a peak time for women's desire.
Okay.
And that's when things get really, really interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. So during this peak desire time, it seems women's fantasies and who they're attracted to actually shift.
Interesting.
And the researchers, they dug into this with a fascinating visual experiment.
Oh, fun. Would they do, like, make the participants watch Old Spice commercials?
Not quite.
Oh.
Although that would be pretty interesting.
Right.
They showed women photos of men's faces.
Okay.
But these photos were altered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So some were manipulated to look more masculine.
Okay.
Like, you know, think strong jawlines, prominent brows,
Right.
while others were made to appear less so.
Okay, so we're talking about, like, actually changing the features, not just, like, different hairstyles. or
Exactly.
what-
Okay. Yeah, it's like, this is good.
Yeah. And they asked these women at different points in their cycles which faces they found most attractive.
Okay. I have to know, what were the results?
You know what? They confirmed what all those old dating advice books said.
What?
Women in their most fertile phase overwhelmingly chose the most masculine faces as the most attractive.
Wow. So there's actual science behind that bad boy appeal. It really is.
That's crazy.
It is. It suggests that on a very primal level,
Yeah.
at certain points in their cycle, women may be hardwired to respond to these very masculine cues.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I do want to say that the study was conducted back in 1994,
Okay.
and a lot has changed since then.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, 1994, that's practically the Stone Age when it comes to dating.
Right.
Like, no Tinder, no social media. It's a
Oh.
whole different ballgame.
Right.
So what are we supposed to make of these findings in our modern world?
Right.
Because it's not like we're going to, like, send everybody back to the 90s to figure out dating. Right.
Exactly.
So how does this study hold up, in the age of dating apps and endless selfies and all that?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
While this research offers a fascinating glimpse into this biological side of attraction,
Right.
let's be real,
Yeah.
a chiseled jawline
Right.
only gets you so far in the real world.
Thank goodness, right.
Right.
Like, what about personality and, sense of humor, ambition?
Right.
Those things factor in too, don't they?
They absolutely do. And that's where this research from 1994,
Yeah.
you know, while insightful,
Yeah.
really needs that modern update.
Right.
We are so much more aware now
Great.
that attraction isn't solely about
Yeah.
physical features.
Totally.
A man who can make a woman laugh,
Yes.
who's confident, who's
Yes.
driven,
Yes.
that's attractive.
Yes.
Regardless of how strong his jawline is.
Oh, preach. So interesting, though, it makes you think how much of attraction is, like, subconscious,
Yeah.
driven by our biology, as this study kind of suggests,
Right.
versus
Right.
a conscious choice based on, like, who we connect with on a deeper level.
Exactly. It's like this fascinating dance
Yeah.
between nature and nurture.
Totally.
And it's something to really think about,
Yeah.
especially now with the rise of online dating.
Right.
Are we swiping right
Yeah.
based on, a genuine connection, shared values?
Right.
Or are these deep-rooted biological triggers
Right.
playing a bigger role than we realize?
It's so true. And it's like a whole other layer of complexity, I feel like,
Yeah.
to sort of navigating the dating world.
Totally, yeah.
Oh, man. Well, thank you for walking us through this research. This was fascinating.
Yeah, of course. It's a really interesting topic, for sure.
It's juicy stuff. And for you listening, this is really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the science of attraction.
It really is.
So much to explore out there. Who knows what other fascinating insights are out there for us to uncover if we just keep digging.
Exactly.
Well, on that note, this has been another deep dive.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening, everybody.